All right, what is going on, everybody? Back at you with another video today. We have a special one. We just wrapped up our fantasy football playoffs. I've been in this league for about 3 or 4 years now with my fraternity brothers. We buy in $50, and first place gets 500. Second place gets 150, I believe, um, and then third place gets $50. They're buying back. 14 team PPR league. And today we're going to walk you through exactly what happened this season because it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy, and I feel like I got scammed, absolutely scammed out of a fantasy football championship, which I haven't had in this league before. So, I've come close before. We're going to see the whole journey, and let's get into it. So, here we have the team. Meet the team. All right. And don't mind this on the right. Okay. We've got Lamar Jackson, best quarterback alive in real life and in fantasy. He's a stud. James Cook. This is all basically out off rip off the draft, by the way, in a 14 team league. I did a really good job drafting this season. James Cook, he was amazing. DeAndre Swift, he was actually much better than I thought he was going to be. Um, and so I was pleasantly surprised. He was like a late round pick. I can't remember what it was, but he was drafted. Let's see. I don't know that I can actually see it right here on the. Oh, drafted fifth round. Fifth round. For an RB2, legit RB2. That's not bad. Devontae Smith, he was actually really good this season too. Jamar Chase, he was also really good. Like obviously number one receiver basically in the league, number three overall player. I could have chose between him and Brees Hall, but even though I'm a Jets fan, we went ahead and went with Jamar Chase and we took the leap of faith, and he ended up getting way better over the course of the season. Brennan Strange, we added him late, and yeah, he was not very good. That's on me. We had Jake Ferguson before. He was pretty solid the whole season, but the Cowboys started to fall off, so I picked him up late in the year. Jawan Jennings, that was, I believe, a waiver wire pick, added free agency by KNEF, and he ended up being a starter for me. That's really good. Matt Gay, we have originally had Younghoe Koo. My boy Young Ho, love Young Ho Koo. He got injured, he got put on IR. Minnesota Vikings defense, we added them from waivers. They were really good because we didn't expect them to be as good as they were the whole season. Number two defense in the league. Then we had some other guys that I can go over and go through the whole process. I made a trade early on in the season for Xavier Worthy and Jonathan Brooks in exchange for Jackson Smith and Jigba and Lad McConkey. Did we win that trade? Absolutely not. Lad McConkey was great. JSN was obviously very solid. And Xavier Worthy, we're just going to get into that. Jonathan Brooks didn't really play for us. And Darnell Mooney, we picked him up of wave, actually in the 14th round, and he was really, really solid. He was number 27, wide receiver 27. All right, let's get to the beginning of the season, and let's go over my matchups one by one. So, first week, we still had, at the time, actually we had Xavier Worthy at this point. We played a really good week one. We just didn't have DeAndre Swift get into a rhythm and step up at that point. Jake Ferguson, he was whatever, but the Cowboys defense went really good right there too. We lost week one. We don't usually lose week one in fantasy. I'm actually surprised that we did, because usually it doesn't happen. Let's go to week two. Week two, we start picking up some steam. We beat the Chunguses, my boy Adam. Pretty handedly, we beat him, and it was the discussion of who won the trade, Lad McConkey versus Xavier Worthy. They both performed pretty similarly there, but I just didn't want to have the decision of who am I gonna start, JSN or Lad McConkey. I thought Worthy would have broken out a lot more seamlessly throughout like the beginning of the season, but we still get a good win there. Week three, we destroy the last place person in the league. Spoiler alert: we destroy him, Zach, by quite a bit. Easy win. Again, we destroyed another person who was in the Toilet Bowl championship. My boy Big Tree right here, Big Tree 24, we beat him by a lot. And at this point, y'all, 144, 122, 107, 118, we're scoring pretty well for the most part. Then look at this, 170. 170. We were by far number one scoring team in the league. We led the league in point forward. Let's continue on. We lose a bad one here. We shouldn't have lost this. It's a Mr. Hawktool right here. We lost to him. He didn't finish too well in the league. He actually did make the playoffs. That's actually surprising. But, we lost him by 40. But I think at this point, we're still doing enough to lead the league in point forward. Because we had to start this week, we had to start Braylon Allen, who scored 0.8. DeAndre Swift and Devontae Smith showed out. Jamar Chase, Jake Ferguson, Mooney. Could we have done better here? No, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 people out. 4 people out. So let's not feel bad about that. It happens. It happens, all right? But then we lose a bad one at back-to-back weeks. At this point, I was stressing. Okay? I was stressing. I was saying to myself, man, this probably isn't the year, man. We lost to 2 bad teams in a row. Mr. Bing.com here, who, by the way, this guy doesn't even set his lineup every week. He doesn't even make any trades, no transactions at all. He drafts, and he doesn't look at the league from there. We lose to him. He doesn't set his line. Debo scored 0. 0. We had Tyler Conklin, who we picked up that week. Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, 0.8. Braylon Allen, 1.6. Just disgraceful. Young Ho with 1 point. And we couldn't really have done better besides put Darnell Mooney in for one of these guys. I guess for Devontae Smith, that would have been 9.6 points added. That wouldn't have made the difference. Just couldn't do anything there. Couldn't get the points moving that week. Week 8. Big comeback win, 140 points for the win. Pretty simple there. Now this one. This game. Believe me when I tell y'all. Believe me when I tell y'all. This game right here. Sorry. This game right here. Absolute disgrace. We needed this win. We needed this win, okay? We lost by how much? 0.64 points. 0.64 points. Lamar played great. James Cook played all right. DeAndre Swift played pretty good for his value. Devontae Smith played good. Jamar Chase, mid. Mid for him. But you want to know what did me in. -1 point from Xavier Worthy. He had 2 carries for -10 yards. If Xavier Worthy doesn't even touch the ball the entire game, we win this matchup. Absolute pain. And we had Darnell Mooney, 19.8 off the bench. If we had even started Braylon Allen in the flex with 0.9, Tyler Conklin in the flex with 0.7, we win that matchup. Disgraceful. That is probably the biggest bad beat I've ever encountered, me personally, in my experience. Comeback win here, 148. We needed that in Week 11. Week 11, we win again against a rival of ours, actually, Zay ATX. He's Tush Push Merchants. He's always talking trash, in the leagues. He's always saying, oh, blah, 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 this and that. I'm going to beat you. We beat him this week, or this year. This one I was absolutely pissed off about. This is one of my biggest rivals, my boy Wes R. Allen is on yo ass. Beats me by 5 points. And at first you might say, That's not impressive. You scored 90.68. You don't deserve to win that. You don't deserve to win that. Actually, though, if you really look at it, y'all, if you really look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people. 5 of my starters. Because at that point, I was pissed off at Xavier Worthy. I was like, Xavier Worthy, you're not starting again unless I have to start you. So I had to start him. Because I was like, Xavier Worthy, you've traumatized me. I had to start him, though. Otherwise, Cedric Tillman wouldn't have helped. 5 of my starters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6. 6 of my starters. 6 of my starters were out. And we lose by 5 points. He did not deserve to win this game. He did not deserve to win this game. I deserve to win it. And I remember it was something crazy. Like, we were going into Monday Night Football, and I was up by a good amount, like a decent amount. And then he comes back with, like, some sort of comeback when I thought I had it in the bag, even though I was, like, completely down bad with 6 starters out. 6 starters out, and I put up that fight. That should be said. There should be something said about that. And you know, I heard the most trash talk I've ever heard in my life after that. Terrible. Then we go ahead. Another trash talker, Fidel Goodell right here. We beat him in a low scoring effort. And, you know, I was fine with it. I still got the win. Then we go against the top person. At this point, I think actually literally this week, going into this week, he overtakes me. He's 11-3 in the whole season. He overtakes me as leading the league in point forward. So this was a big heavyweight matchup here. He beats me by 10, actually by 11. Can't be mad about that. I had to start Levi's jeans, Mr. Will Levis there because Lamar was out. So really, if you think about it though, if Lamar wasn't out, or James Cook even has a normal game, DeAndre Swift even has a normal game, we win. So really, because Jamar scored 45. So really, like, this isn't that bad, y'all. This isn't that bad. This should have been also a win for me. And I believe there was another one where we went into Monday Night Football and I was going to win. Come back and check it at the end of Monday Night Football. And he has Chuba Hubbard. Go crazy. Sam Darnold goes crazy. So I definitely actually think I should have had that one. A lot of bad beats in this season. This is why I'm saying I got scammed. And it doesn't even get better. It doesn't even get worse than that. Or it does get worse than that. I'm sorry. Let's go week 15. Start of the playoff, I believe. We win the first round of the playoff handedly by 60 of them things. We're coming into this playoff firing on all cylinders. Second round. We meet again. Top scorer in the league. Another one. Going into Monday Night Football. We all thought I had that in the bag. We had a good scoring affair, y'all. Brendan Strange, we got to be better than that. We had a good scoring affair. But you know what happened? You know what happened. Because he was down bad. Kamara was out. You know, Tua obviously. Antonio Gibson right there. You know, a lot of people, you know, Deontay Johnson, Njoku, you know, they're on the bench. Chuba Hubbard scores 32.5. Keenan Allen scores 29. Are we being serious right now? That's a lose in the playoffs, y'all. Third place match. We can at least get a podium finish. We go against our biggest rival, Mr. Allen is on your ass. Let me tell you this story because it just happened. We go into Monday Night Football. I am up by 26.5 points. 26.5. he has Isaac Guerrero to play, and he has Sam Laporta to play. I have Jawan Jennings to play going into Monday Night Football. Brendan Strange, by the way, 0-pointer. Did not help me. Did not do me any favors having him in the playoffs, but I thought that he would be a make or break because of the Jags. He had a really good game with the Jags against my Jets. Okay. Check this out. Jawan Jennings versus Sam Laporta and Isaac Guerrero up by 26.5. Going into the half of Monday Night Football, 3 points. 3 points. There was about 30 seconds left in the half. Guerrero gets open on a wheel route for a prayer. Gets a 40-yard catch because the Niners got desperate in the game and wanted to score before half. Late. Purdy was supposed to be sacked up. Pause. Guerrero gets a 40-yard catch. He gets a 10.3 points. That's going into the half. Alan is on US. He's now down by, I believe it was 16.5. So I'm up by 16.5 going to the half. Laporta starts turning up. Scores 18.4 on the day. Gets a bunch of big boy passes. Guerrero gets 3 more throughout the course of the second half. Going into the last minute of the game, basically, with the 49ers having the ball to try and score to get back into the game. Okay? Wes at this point is down by 1. I'm at 122, and he's at 121 point something. So it's less than 1, basically. But then, Jawan Jennings has 2 big catches. 2 of his last 2 receptions, basically, were big ones to put me up by 7, and I secure a podium finish on the defending champion of the league. He is now washed. 4th place. I get 3rd place. I get my buy-in back, baby. But it's just crazy, man. So many bad beats throughout the course of this season. After walking y'all through that, let me know. Let me know, okay? Let me know. Have y'all seen that many bad beats before? What are y'all's worst bad beats in fantasy? This has been like the most tumultuous fantasy season because I drafted so well. I made good deals. I made good start-sit decisions most of the time. I was leading the league in PF for probably over half of the season, over 60-70% of the season. And it was a matter of my opponents, because I also led the league in point allowed for a positive win record team. So when I would face up against my opponents, they would just have the best weeks of their fantasy players' lives right there and then. Best weeks of the year for them. So let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments. Let me know some of y'all's bad beat stories, and just want to run y'all through my fantasy season. Luckily, we made our buy-in back. We're going to be coming for the trophy next year. Congratulations to my boy Adam Tomasi 100 on winning the league with 10-4 after starting. I believe he started 1-4 or 1-3. It was looking bad for him. It's looking like bad looks for him. Congrats to him for winning the whole thing, winning that $500. I almost was there, but we'll have a better one next year. And yeah, just let me know in the comments your fantasy stories. Peace.